Have you been able to teach the young kid, and vice versa? What has the young kid been able to teach you during this process?
Just to attack practice every day with a competitive spirit. Um, just being able to teach them, the fact that you have to have a great relationship on the court, and that's by him competing against me every day, and that's by me, competing against him every day, and that's just us guys wanting better for each other. So I mean, it's been fun, and he's been doing really well so far.
All right, Kyle Tucker, you got next, and Maggie Davis, we'll go to you.
Davion, I think regardless of whether Keon's out there, but I wonder even more now that we know Cal said Keon may not be out there for this first week. How much of a sense of responsibility do you feel to show some of that leadership, poise, all the things that a young group of guys is going to look to one of the veterans, even though you haven't been on this particular team?
Right. I mean, it's tough to kind of to say, replace responsibility for a guy like Keon. I mean, the guy that was significant to a really good team last year, and a guy that's been very mature for us. And even though he hasn't had his presence with us on the court, he has been doing a lot of things off the court as far as team meetings, and so I'm still learning the type of things from him. Although he's younger than me, but like he's just been here and has a sense of knowing, and so it's been fun, and it's also been I do have to step up in that nature and kind of keep guys level-headed and kind of carry that culture that he brings to this program, even though he isn't playing right
All right, so we're going to go to Maggie Davis.
Hi, Davion. Cal talked a lot about having his hands and feet and head on the panic button right now, heading into the season, especially after the scrimmage you all had yesterday. How do you feel going into the season? Where do you think this team stands right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now we didn't have our best scrimmage yesterday. Hopefully we got, the kinks out, and we wrecked the car yesterday just to get it back rolling for Wednesday. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where, I feel like it has to happen. It was a humbling experience, and I think we're just fine. I think we're tired of playing each other. That was like the biggest problem for the Flaws yesterday. I think we're just really excited to, get out there and play other people. So, I mean, it's been the same faces for I don't know how many months now. So, I mean, we're right here at the finish line. We're just ready to get going.
Thanks.
All right, Jerry Tipton, you've got the next question, then Bear, I'll circle back to you.
Yeah, Davion, I wondered how you feel about fewer fans being there at the games, how that might affect things.
Yeah, we're trying our best. They had like a crowd simulation noise at our scrimmage. I mean, times are very different. I personally, and I'm sure my teammates, the caliber players they are, that we like to perform in front of big crowds. So, I mean, fortunately enough, we'll be able to have some people there, some sort of support, but we're definitely going to have to, find energy within ourselves. I know it'll be very different. It'll be, I say it'll be actually pretty tough, coming out, starting, but like I said, we got to find energy within each other, kind of get each other motivated, and, realize that we are on TV playing, so there still are fans around the world watching, and just try to, make it work.
All right, Daryl Bird, coming back to you.
Hey, David, I'm curious about one thing, your role kind of as a mentor to this group. And you got freshmen who not only are away from home for the first time in their lives, but they're basically locked down for months, not being able to see anybody. I'm worried about the society aspect of it. And how are you mentoring those guys through that?
Yeah, just by, having people that I talk to that are helping me through the situation.
Right.
I mean, I'm going through it too, so it's pretty tough, and just sharing the information that I'm talking with my my previous teammates and my friends across the country, the guys who have had a situation where we could go home and see families, and how they're coping with not having that luxury anymore, and just sharing that with these guys here that everyone's facing what we're going through right now. We're probably in the gym more than a lot more people across the country, so that's helping us. But it's just one of those things that we can't escape from. We have to deal with it, and we have to act responsibly until times are better for us to go back to some sort of normalcy again.
What's the hardest part about the isolation?
I think the isolation part, like just not, being able to, get out and experience, you got to be very careful with where you're going and, curfew times and just trying to be mentally sane of knowing like, okay, it's probably safe for me to go to the gym and DoorDash food than, go get it myself. It's just, just having the responsibility. I think that's the hardest part.
All right, John Long, you got next, and then Jerry, we'll circle back to you.
Hey, Davion, you look really calm, cool, and collected. Compare this experience with how you first stepped out on the basketball court. Are you going to be nervous? You scared you might shoot an air ball the first time? What's going through your mind?
No, I think I'm definitely, very excited. I feel like anxious is a better word. Gosh, I can't even remember my first freshman game. Might have airballed. I don't even know. But I think that Coach Cal prepares us for, like, he puts us in situations and, we're playing against guys every day to where, like, you don't really think about failure when you're with Coach Cal. Like, he's putting you in situations where it's okay to fail with him. And I feel like this is the most comfortable I've ever felt, going into a season. And it's actually, I know that I've matured and got older through it, why I probably feel a little bit more comfortable. But just the fact that Cal has, prepared us and got us in the mental state of, going out there to play a season. And, it's really good to be in this mindset right now.
All right, Jerry, to you, and then Kyle after that.
Yeah, Davion, earlier on this call, Coach Cal pointed out that Ole Miss has suspended their season until in December. And, obviously there's football games called off and so on. How does that play on your mind when you're seeing, games being called off or things delayed? It seems to be getting worse.
Yeah. And that's the tough part right now, especially, going right into the tip off that, you're having these unfortunate things happen. So, and that's another tough part. Like, you just got to stay focused with your situation. Remember the importance of, like, health and wearing your mask and the importance of social distancing, because that could easily, be us if we, have the smallest slip up. And this is still important for us, guys. And we try not to get too caught into the negative of, what's going on and guys losing, a few weeks into the season. We're just trying to really focus on us and make sure, we're doing our part. So, we can't be to blame when things like this happen.
Is it tougher for the younger guys? Like there's so many freshmen to deal with, and somebody like you who's been around the block?
Yeah, I think it's tough for us all, but it's kind of, very different for those guys because, they haven't had the normal experience, which I feel terrible for them because, these are really good players and really good guys. And, everyone deserves opportunity to, showcase their talent in front of big crowds. But, it's completely different, and who knows when it'll change. So.
All right, guys, got a couple minutes left here with Davion. Kyle, we'll go to you.
Obviously, all the kinks haven't been worked out, and Cal's talked about that, and maybe it won't look like a cohesive team from the jump with 10 guys making their Kentucky debut and nobody out there with you this first week who's actually played at Kentucky. In those moments when everything kind of goes haywire, what do you think will be the thing that this team sort of falls back on? When everybody kind of resorts to instinct, I guess, in stressful situations. Early on, what will this team kind of fall back on to try to overcome whatever early deficiencies you have?
Just our trust. The principles that Cal's been teaching us, like one big thing that we have focused on that he's tried to help us with, don't worry about being a guy to be the playmaker, rely on your teammates, trust your teammates, and realize that it's so much harder when you feel like you're the guy that has to do everything, realize that you're out there with a bunch of talented guys. And, if you're not on, maybe the next man is. So, just figure out that who has the hot hand at the moment, who's, getting things done, whether it's anyone. So, hopefully, you know, I don't feel like everyone's going to be off. Just kind of just be together and trust that, you know, someone can get it done, and just rely on the great coaching that we've had preparing us for these couple months.